Hey, I'm Rob, and I have a special invitation for you today to join us inside the Growth Habit Crew community. Now, if you're new to my world, I'm on my third career. First career was DJ, music producer, and record label owner. And it was fantastic. I got to travel, I got to play places like Burning Man and Ultra Music Festival in Miami until the late nights, the lifestyle, and the drinking nearly killed me. My second career was head of people and culture in tech companies. And I loved a lot about that role because it really was the intersection of business and people. And my favorite part of the work was getting to coach CEOs and leadership teams. That it really didn't feel like work to me. And 6 years ago, I left a director level role to launch Growth Habit. And since then, I've coached hundreds of people from all over the world. I think we're at 18 different countries now. And not only do I run Growth Habit and have this business and work with people around the world, but we throw this amazing event, this annual event called Do Bold Shit. And people fly in from all over the world and come into Toronto to attend in person. And the people that I serve, the people that I'm lucky enough to work with, they're incredible coaches, consultants, and experts that are doing work from the heart because they care so much and they're damn good at what they do, but they're maybe not also good at getting the message out, at attracting and enrolling clients. They're completely different skill sets. And because they care so much about their work and the people that they serve and the impact of their work, they definitely don't want to do anything that feels icky. And if this sounds like you, I want to invite you to join us in the Growth Habit Crew membership. There's three main components to the membership. The first part is all my tools, all my frameworks, and all my assets to help you grow your business and to grow your impact. Here, let me walk you through. The Impact Accelerator OS is the main system that I have that I teach that we show you how to do and how to install in the Growth Habit Crew membership. And it really is the four pillars you need for a $100,000 a year coaching business without having to do anything icky. And the four pillars of the Impact Accelerator operating system are, firstly, there's magnetic messaging. What message are you putting out into the world? And is the message you're putting out into the world, is it attracting clients that you are excited to serve? Because the reality is with your messaging, it's on your posts, it's on your profiles, it's on your website. It's how you say what you do. If you're speaking with someone and they ask you, what do you do? And you feel awkward with that answer, ah, you probably don't have magnetic messaging. You don't have your messaging dialed in. That's an issue. That's a problem because it is everywhere. And the reality is that if you're avoiding rejection, you are avoiding attraction. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you are biting your tongue and holding yourself back and ensuring that you're not saying anything that could possibly upset anyone, well, then you're ensuring that you are avoiding any kind of rejection. And you are absolutely then avoiding attraction, especially for the holy shit. You can't believe that you get to work with these people kind of clients. You can't attract those people if you're intentionally watching what you say all the time and stepping on glass and walking on eggshells or whatever the expression is. You just can't do it. And the other reality is that you're putting the onus of the work on other people if you don't dial in your messaging. Because if you don't put in the time, the effort, and the energy into refining your message so that you can explain what you do in a clear and memorable way, you're putting that burden of trying to explain what the heck you do on others. And you wonder why you're not getting more clients. You wonder why you're not getting more referrals. You wonder why people aren't DMing you. It's a big issue if your messaging's not clear. So I invite you to rate yourself 1 to 10. Can't choose 7. Why? Because 7 is a cop-out answer. It's a bullshit answer. Are you putting out a clear, compelling, and memorable message that is repelling wrong fit clients and magnetically attracting people you're excited to serve? 1 to 10, no 7. And with that, I should normally say at the beginning of something like this, I forgot to say it. I'm excited about this. I'm passionate about this work. It means that I sometimes swear. And if you are really off put by some swearing, we're probably not meant to work together. I'm going to do my best not to just swear for the hell of it, but as you can tell, it just happens a little naturally for me. So if you were really put off by swearing, we're probably not the right fit for each other. All right. So that's the first component. of the Impact Accelerator OS. The second part is a hell yes offer. The reality is that you're making offers all the time. I'm making an offer right now. I'm inviting you to possibly join us inside the Growth Habit Crew membership. It's an offer. But I mean, in your life, all the time, day to day, you're making offers. If you're driving and you want to merge lanes, what are you doing? You're looking over, you're trying to make eye contact, maybe you're smiling. That is an offer. If you have children, if you're a parent, and you want to leave the house on time, you're you're making an offer like, get ready, we need to go, it's cold out, zip up your coat. If you have teenagers, they don't want to zip up their coat. You're making offers all the time. And the reality is, with your business, how you frame those offers, what you include, what you don't, makes a huge difference whether people say yes to it or not. And I can say to you, if you are a coach or a consultant or some kind of expert and your offer is, we're going to work together for 2 months, we're going to meet weekly on Zoom for an hour, and that's your offer. Maybe you say, like, oh, you have access to me between calls for questions. And if that's your offer, it's not a very compelling offer. All right, so let's rate yourself 1 to 10. Can't choose 7. Do you have an offer that's so attractive to your dream clients that they easily say hell yes? Rate yourself 1 to 10. And again, no 7, no cop out answer. There's no right or wrong. I should have said this earlier. There's no right or wrong here. There's just like, what is the reality right now? Because it's not for me. It's for you. If you are honest with yourself here, this will be really helpful. All right, let's keep going. The third component of the Impact Accelerator OS is the rocket ship method. Now, for a lot of you, if we were to go look at your profile on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you hang out online, it would be almost like there's a sign that says the trail is closed. Or maybe actually a better way that I should frame this is, imagine yourself, you have a storefront, you have a little store, and then the store says closed. Or oh, sorry, you can't see what I just drew there. Let's pretend this is a store. Or like there's no door. You don't even have a door to the front of your, because it's not clear what the next steps are. People don't know what the next steps are. And on the opposing end of that, because that's some of you, there's the trail looks closed, the store looks closed. There's just no clear way for someone to know what they should do next. Or for some of you, it's the complete other end of the spectrum. The only option you have is to book a call with you. And I sometimes jokingly say, it's like walking up to a stranger and say, like, hey, let's make out. Especially if the only option you have is to book a 45 or 60-minute call with you. That's pretty intimidating. I don't know about you, but I'm not rushing out to book a 60-minute call with a stranger. You're making it really difficult for people to take the next step. And what you want instead is a very clear, illuminated path where we're showing people this is what's next. And small, incremental, clear. It's like breadcrumbing the trail. This is the next logical step. So it's not intimidating. So they know your store's open. They know what to do next. And it's also not intimidating. And for that, what I have is the rocket ship method. And what's fun about this is, this isn't just what I teach. This isn't just what I show this is what I do. This is how I've built my multiple 6-figure business. This is how I've helped hundreds of people. It's what I live and what I breathe. And what's fun is that I teach what I do, and I'm continually learning and refining what I'm doing and what's working. And then therefore I refine what I'm teaching and how I'm teaching people. And for me, the rocket ship method is a cornerstone in this operating system. What do I do? And it really gives you clear daily, weekly, and monthly tasks that will create momentum and grow your business. And it's intentionally this way, right? The rocket ship is facing this way. It's not a funnel where we're trying to aggressively push people down with tripwires and all this aggressive language. We're inviting people up to the next step if it makes sense for them, if they want to join us. And it's no pressure. There's no forceful pushing. Really, you're just extending your arm. You're just making an invitation. So rate yourself. There's two things here. There's a double on this one. Firstly, do you have an obvious path for curious people to follow that warms them up to becoming a client, to becoming a client, and isn't intimidating? 1 to 10, no 7. And then secondly, do you know the daily, weekly, and monthly steps to take to predictively grow your momentum and grow your business? Because otherwise, what are you doing? You're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're just trying stuff, hope it works. Do you know the clear steps? All right. And then that takes us to the fourth and final part of the Impact Accelerator operating system, and that's enrollment with ease. I sometimes jokingly say enrollment with ease and without the sleaze. I love the rhyme. Have you ever experienced a bad or aggressive sales interaction? I definitely have. I have memories of being at a gym and the really aggressive salesperson was using really pushy tactics. And if I didn't buy now, heck, I've been on calls with potential mentors for my business now, and people said, buy now or else. Like, if you don't buy it right now, you lose the deal. And very aggressively trying to forcefully overcome objection. Anyway, and if you're like me and you're like the people that I serve and you're doing this work from the heart and you care so much, this is the last feeling you ever want to create for the people that you serve. And then what tends to happen is people either avoid learning about anything that could be sales, or they avoid it altogether. So either avoid learning about it, avoid getting better at it, avoid learning how to do it in a way that feels good for you, or just avoid it altogether. And that means, unfortunately, that it's really hard to get clients. It's really hard for this to turn into more than a feel-good hobby if you don't know how to do enrollment in a way that feels good, enrollment with ease. So I want you to rate yourself. Again, on this last one, there's two. First one is, are you regularly making invitations and starting conversations with potential clients who've expressed interest? We're not cold pitch slapping strangers. But then that's kind of the beautiful thing about with the rocket ship method is that when you've created a very clear intentional path, like there's all these ways that make it really easy. We'll pretend that's someone raising their hand. For people to raise their hand, it almost looks like someone's in the rocker. For people to raise their hands. When you have the rocket ship method, there's ways that people are making micro expressions of interest. So are you regularly making invitations and starting conversations with potential clients who've expressed interest? First one. 1 to 10, no 7s. And then lastly, are you confident on your enrollment calls? Like, if you don't have a set approach that you are following with your enrollment calls, if you don't have a method that works well, awkward. I have experienced it. I have definitely gone off a call with a potential client where I was like, oh, that was so awkward. Like my skin is crawling because I'm so embarrassed. And for that, what I have and what I teach people is the cuss call framework. And my clients love it because it gives you a very clear framework to use, but it's not this rigid structured, here's the script and you have to follow it. Like, no, there's just like, here's a framework that creates really enjoyable experiences for you and for the person that you're speaking with, that allows them to get an understanding of like what they might need, how you might help them. And at minimum, they get clarity. And if you are meant to work together, it makes that a very obvious next step. All right. So that's the high level walkthrough of the Impact Accelerator OS. And just, I want to leave you with a couple final questions here. And just to think about, like, what are the skills, what's the knowledge, and what support do you require? You've got goals, you want to grow your impact, you want to grow your business, for you to go from where you are right now to where you need to be. Do you like just think like, what are the skills? What's the knowledge? What's the support that you need to require? And then the second one is, who do you need to be? It might sound a little woo-woo, but who do you need to be for this to happen? Do you need to be someone who is a bit more organized? Do you need to be a bit more confident? Maybe you need to be someone who's more decisive, who takes action and makes decisions. Who do you need to be? And then the last one is, who are people that are already living this reality? Mentors, communities, and peers. Because I don't know about you, but for me, the easiest, best way to ensure that I shift, that I learn, that I grow, that I get to some next step that I'm aiming for is to surround myself with others who are already living this reality. So that's the high level walkthrough of the Impact Accelerator OS. But what's it look like once you're inside the Growth Habit Crew membership? Well, here is the portal with all of my tools, all of my assets, all of my frameworks. And you can see it's broken down into some different categories here. First one is get more clients now. There is 5 strategies and tactics in here that you can deploy right away that help you create quick cash and generate clients now. They're things that you could apply today, like this week. And then after that, you see that it's broken down. It's exactly what I was walking you through. Making magnetic messaging, creating hell yes offers, the rocket ship method, and enrollment with ease. And if we go into making magnetic messaging, there is my alignment and authority builder. There's understanding what it is you're actually selling. There's being able to craft your elevator pitch in a memorable way so that what do you do question, instead of feeling awkward, you're excited. And when you say what you do, people either say, oh, I need that, or I know someone who does. Huge difference maker. If we go under creating a hell yes offer, there is the clear common mistakes that people make. And then there's my full template. There's 8 steps and there's prompts to make it really easy to you to go from a conceptual idea of what it is that you offer to a very clear, compelling hell yes offer. And there's also how do you increase your rates? And then under the rocket ship method, I said earlier, this is a really foundational piece. This is a beast because of the amount of awesome stuff in here. There is the rocket ship method itself, and there's the actual tool of the method, but there's also my magic content stew for how you create content that creates clients. There's the weekly captivating content creator. There's just, how do you get more referral? Like there's just so much amazing stuff in here that when you implement this in your business, things start to change, things start to shift. And then the last one is enrollment with ease and without the sleaze, including the cost call framework, a demo of it here and easy for you to apply, for you to put to use. And again, I've got lots of templates and tools and prompts so that you can just take it and start going with it. So that's the main first component of the Growth Habit Crew membership. There's 3 pieces. The second part is our community. We've got an online community. This is our online water cooler, and it is full of incredible humans that are doing meaningful work. People that are building $100,000 a year businesses, but also people that are building $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year businesses. These are people that are collaborative, that are empathetic. These are people that I love. These are people that I consider friends. There's someone that offboarded from working together a couple months ago, and we had a call to wrap things up, and she was talking about how grateful she was and how much she learned, and yes, she loves my tools, and she said some nice things about me. But she said the most impactful part was the people, was the community, and how helpful that was, because not only did she learn and grow so much from the others, but she actually made friends, and she met up with someone in person that she met through the community. So I'm really proud of our community, and it really is a jelly, a glue that brings everything together and amplifies your learning and amplifies your growth. Because I don't know about you, but it can feel lonely. It can feel lonely doing this business on your own, working from home, like doing stuff online. A community is so helpful in helping us not feel alone and amplifying your growth. And then the last part of the Growth Habit Crew membership, the third part is live calls. There's 2 to 3 live calls a month. I do deep dives on things I'm learning right now, things that I'm applying in my business behind the scenes, like sharing what's working right now in my business. I also do Q&A calls, and we have guest experts come in who share things that are going to help you grow your business and grow your impact. And if you don't make it to one of the calls, no worries. All the workshops and all the deep dives are recorded, and you get instant access to the recordings. So that's the overview of what's included in the Growth Habit Crew membership. You get all of my tools, all of my assets, all of my frameworks. You get the community, and then you also get access to the live calls or the recordings of the sessions, the new sessions as they're happening. And you can get this for $48. It's $48 now, and then $48 a week afterwards. And there's a special one-time offer if you want to speak with me personally. If you sign up for the yearly plan, then you'll also get a one-on-one game plan call with me, where we'll create your custom game plan to install the Impact Accelerator operating system in your business so that you can start turning strangers into clients. And if you sign up for the yearly plan, you'll get all the assets, all the tools, you get the community, you get the live calls, and you also get this one-on-one call with me, and you'll save $1,516. It's quite a special. And then you have your membership for the entire year. I appreciate you spending this time with me. I hope you got some clarity and some insights, and I hope to see you on the inside.